Good morning, students. Myself Ashwini Chaturvedi. I am PGT Physics in Kendriya Vidyalaya number 5, Batinda Kent in Chandigarh region. I am going to make a video on elementary use of differentiation and integration in describing a motion. You can make notes from this video. At the end of this video, there will be an assignment that you can complete. Good morning, students. In this video, I am going to show you the applications of integrations and differentiation formulas in describing a motion. So, what is velocity? So, we say that the rate of change of displacement is called velocity. So, in mathematic term, the rate of change with respect to time, where the rate of change is shown by d by dt. So d by dt is a differentiating expression. So d by dt of d of s, that means it is the rate of change of displacement which will give us velocity. So we will use this formula d by dt, and here we are discussing some commonly used differential formula. Out of these, the first one is d by dx, x to the power n. It means you can see that this is function of x. So differentiation will also be with respect to x. So x to the power n, x to the power n, the differentiation is n, and x to the power n minus 1. The another you can see here, it is k. The k is here a constant. It means whatever the function is here, the x, that function is not depending upon x. So in that case, that function will be a constant. So the differentiation of a constant will be 0. The third one, it is exponential expression. If the motion is described in an exponential form, then it will be e to the power x. Now next is sin x, simple harmonic motion, and d by dx of sin x is cos x, and for cos x it is negative sin x. So these are some commonly used differential formula which we will use in finding the velocity when displacement is given. So you can see here that displacement must be function of time, and normally we describe a motion as the change of position with respect to time is called motion. So let's take an example. Here you can see an example. The displacement of a body is given by, this is the expression of displacement, and it is in maybe in meter or in centimeter, whatever be unit. Find the velocity at t is equals to 1 second and 4 seconds. So what we will do, you can see that displacement is depending upon time. So simply we will do its differentiation. 4t square minus 3t plus 6. If you want to describe it more, then you can differentiate each term independently. So here I did the differentiation of 4t square. So you can see power will be multiplied with 4 and 1 power will be less. So it will give you 8t minus 3 into t. Here the t only. So t's differentiation, you will read it dt by dt, that will be 1. So 8t minus 3. Now you can see that v is also time depending term, and the unit will be, if the displacement is in meter, so it will be meter per second. It is in centimeter, so centimeter per second, same like that. If t is equals to 1 second, so v will be, we just put here 1, you got 5 meter per second. T is equals to 4, so you got 31 meter per second. Okay, so this is how we calculated velocity by using a differential formula with the v is equals to ds by dt. Let's take another example. The displacement of a body is y is equals to this. Why I took this? Because I shown you that there are some SHM expressions where we use integration and differentiation of sine here. So I took the function, the displacement of a body is y is equals to 10 sine 4 pi t. So the velocity at t is equals to 1 second, that we have to find. So what will be v? dy by dt is equals to, so the differentiation of this is equals to 10. You can see here the function is sine. So sine, differentiation of sine is cos. So this is angle value will never change. So sine 4 pi t and cos 4 pi t, that's okay. Sub function is 4 pi t, that we will differentiate this part only and multiply with the remaining. So 4 pi t will be differentiated as 4 pi. You can see dt by dt. So 4 pi into 10, it will 40 pi cos pi t. So what we took, t is equals to 1 second. So simply taking t is equals to 1 second, you will get cos 4 pi. Cos 4 pi value is 1. So we got 40 pi meter per second. Now we know that acceleration is also defined as the rate of change of velocity. So similarly, we got a is equals to dv by dt. We just directly take an example. The velocity of a body is v is equals to 8t minus 10 meter per second. And finding the acceleration, so simply we will differentiate it. You can see again it is 8t minus 10. So 8 and here you will get dt by dt, that is 1. So you got 8. Unit is meter per second square. You can see minus 10. 10 is a constant. So differentiation of 10 with respect to time is 0. That's why you got 8 meter per second square. Let's take another example. The displacement of a body is given by s is equals to this expression. Find its acceleration. This time displacement is given and we are asked to find acceleration. So what we will go through, first of all we will find velocity, that is ds by dt, d by dt, and this. So 6t square, that you have already learnt, 2 into 3 and t square, 6t square minus 6t plus 8, and 10's differentiation will be 0. So this is the final expression of velocity. Now a is equals to dv by dt. So again this velocity expression will be differentiated. 2 into 6, 12t, t dt by dt, so minus 6, and unit is meter per second square. You can see that this acceleration is time dependent. So time dependent acceleration is called non-uniform acceleration, and in the previous one the acceleration was 8 meter per second square. So we got a uniform acceleration, and here is non-uniform acceleration. If the velocity is not a function of time but a function of displacement, then in that case how will we find acceleration? So you can see one more example. The velocity of a body is given by this expression. Find its acceleration. Okay, we know that the acceleration is dv by dt. Simply, so we will use this expression to finding the answer. Look at this, a is equals to dv by dt, dv by ds and ds by dt. So simply it can be cancelled, but we won't do it. V, that is ds by dt, and we got v dv by ds. So whenever this velocity is a function of displacement, then we will use this expression to finding the acceleration. So a is equals to v d by ds and v. So we got v dv by ds. The differentiation of this part, 2 and ds by ds, so it is multiplied with 2 only. You can see negative 1, which is a constant, so differentiation is 0. So finally we got 4s minus 2 meter per second square. This is acceleration depending upon displacement. So far we have used differentiation formula for finding the velocity and acceleration. Now in continuation, the relation of velocity and displacement, we know that it is v is equals to ds by dt. We will try to find out displacement. So cross product, ds is equals to v dt. This is symbol for integration. So ds, integration for ds is s, and this expression we took as it is. It means the velocity is function of time. That we will place for you by using integration formula. Same like differentiation, here we are using some integration formula. So these are some commonly used integration formula, like x to the power n dx. The integration is, you will add plus 1 in power and the same will be in denominator. So you got x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. This c is a constant which is find out by using the conditions given in the question. Whenever you will do integrations, you will always get a constant along with the main function. Same here, e to the power x dx. So the integration of this is e to the power x, and you can see plus c here. So sin x dx, the integration is negative cos x plus c. Cos x dx. This is how we write the integration formula, and integration is cos sin x plus c. E, the last one is, there are two type of integration. One is without limit and one is with limit. You can see clearly the limit is xi to xf. The function is fx that we are doing integration with. So suppose we integrated it, and the integration we got f dash x xi to xf. After integration we got this value. What we will put? First of all, higher limit, that is f dash xf. So in place of x you will put higher limit minus f dash xi, yani lower limit. So this is how you will use the integration with limits. Now we will discuss an example by using both the integration methods, that is with limit and without limit. So look at the question. A bicycle starts from 5 meter distance. Its velocity is given by v is equals to 4t minus 2 meter per second. Find the expression of displacement and distance between t is equals to 2 seconds to t is equals to 4 seconds. The integration formula, we got s is equals to v dt. This we are doing for getting expression of displacement only. So s is equals to v dt. We put the value of v. And now integrating the simple formula x to the power n. So you can see t to the power n. T to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So you got t square by 2 minus, here only dt you can see. So dt's integration is t. So you got minus 2t plus c. As the condition is already given in the question, the bicycle starts from 5 meter distance. It means the observer is standing at 0 meter and he is observing that the bicycle is running from 5 meter distance. So you can see at t is equals to 0 seconds. Displacement is 5 meter. We will put these in the expression. So here you will put 5 is equals to 0, 0 and c. So c value is 5. So simply we will put here 5. So you got 2t square minus 2t plus 5 meter. This is expression of displacement. By putting the value of t, you can find the displacement at any instant. Now the second part of the question, displacement between t is equals to 2 seconds to t is equals to 4 seconds. So this is the integration with limit. This was integration without limit. Then we get a constant c. Here we won't get any constant in s is equals to this 0 to 4 t minus 2 dt. S is equals to integration. Integration part will be same. So you can see, and we put the terms separately, like the integration of this is 4t square by 2, the lower limit and upper limit, minus 2t lower limit and upper limit. Displacement is 2 into this 2 and upper limit square minus lower limit square in place of t minus 2, and you can see 4 minus 2. The calculation is giving us, you can see here it is 12 into 2, 24 minus 4 is 20 meter. Now we will discuss the relation between velocity and acceleration. We know that A is equals to dv by dt. So cross product integration of dv is equals to a dt. So v is equals to integration of a dt. Here a will be put as it is, so whether it is a function of time or not. So integration of a will give you velocity of the body. Let's do an example. A vehicle is running with velocity 3 meter per second. Then it is accelerated by a is equals to 2t plus 3 meter per second square. Find the expression of velocity and displacement. How will we go through this? So let's see. You can see v is equals to a dt. A is given, so we will put the a value here, 2t plus 3 into dt. You can do it separately, okay, like 2t dt and 3 dt, but we know that general formula, so it is x to the power n formula. You will get t square by 2, so you got 2 into t square by 2 plus 3 into t plus c. If you look at the question again, the initial velocity is given. That means the velocity at t is equals to 0 second. You can see t is equals to 0. Velocity is given 3 meter per second. So you can see 3 0 0. So c value is equals to 3. Now, so you got velocity v is equals to t square plus 3t plus 3 meter per second. And in continuation, if you want to find the displacement, so displacement is s is equals to v dt. We have got a clear expression of velocity, so you will put the same here, and you can see t square, so it will be power plus 1, so t cube upon 3 plus 3 square by 2 plus 3t plus c. If you will read the question again, you will find that the initial displacement isn't given. So in general we say that the initial position is at 0. So this condition can be put here. So you can say at t is equals to 0, the displacement is also 0. It means the displacement will be calculated from the initial position, that is where from the vehicle is starting. So 0 0 0 0. So finally we will get c is equals to 0. So displacement expression become t cube by 3, 3t square by 2 plus 3t, and c value becomes 0. So this is the final expression of displacement. By putting the different values of t, you can get the displacement values. Now here we are going to discuss the final part of the video, that is how graphically we use differentiations and integrations. So you can see that differentiation describes the slope of the graph. How we take a slope? If we see this graph is between displacement and time, and you will see that the slope, the graph is like this. It is a curved graph. It means the displacement is initially increasing and then it is decreasing. So you can see the v expression is dx by dt, and the slope of this displacement versus time graph will give us velocity of the body. That is, we are saying here the differentiation describes the slope of the graph. So in this graph I have put 3 points, point A, point B and point C. You can see at point A, if you want to find the slope, then what we will do, we will draw a tangent at that point and we will measure this angle. Okay, this angle will give us, if we will get this angle, we will find tan theta and we will get the slope. That means velocity at this particular instant. And now you can see at point B. At point B, the line is almost at horizon parallel to time axis. It means at point B, the slope is 0. So velocity will be 0 at point B. And at point C, you can see the slope is greater than 90, or we call it a negative slope. So negative slope means the velocity at point C will be negative. So generally when we plot a displacement versus time graph, then dx by dt is slope at each point, and that slope is giving velocity. Similarly, if we plot velocity versus time graph, then I took a straight line graph. We can take any curved or any that will describe a particular motion. So here you can see, if you find the dv by dt, then dv by dt is acceleration, that we know. So dv by dt is giving acceleration. So the slope of this graph will describe the acceleration of the body. So this is the meaning of differentiation in motion, that if you are solving it graphically, then you will get the slope of the curve will be describing a particular quantity. Like if you are taking displacement versus time graph, the slope is velocity. Velocity versus time graph, the slope is acceleration. The integration describes area under the graph. Okay, and here you can see a graph is plotted between velocity versus time, and the graph may be in any shape. So I denoted the initial time t1 and final time t2, and what I have shown, the shadow part, is the area under the graph. So generally we are describing this v dt that we had already done from t1 to t2. So this total area will give us displacement between these two time period, t1 to t2. Okay, so you can see the area under the velocity versus time graph gives displacement, that is already written here. And in the last example, in the last graph, we are showing the graph of acceleration versus time. Again, I took it a straight line, it may have any point. So in that part, the area will again give us a particular physical quantity. If we denote this graph as an integration, so you will write t1 to t2 and a dt. So this will be giving you the velocity of the, this will be giving you the change in velocity between this time period t1 to t2. So the area under the acceleration versus time graph gives change in velocity. So in this video you have learnt about the use of differentiation and integration for relating the displacement, velocity and acceleration with each other. And in the last phrase of the video you have seen the graphical use, the use of differentiation and integration in describing the motion graphically. Thank you.